Alright, just getting going on day 36 of the Appalachian Trail. Still headed southbound, still going here. Did make it the 15 miles to the Mispa hut and the Nauman tent site, stayed at a tent site. Just got kind of in and out of there. Always nice to have the hut though for the easy access to water and bathrooms with sinks, so that's kind of nice. On the road today, got a little bit of elevation change, but I'm going to try to make it about 14 miles to the Zealand hut. Maybe find a stealth spot along the way. I don't know. We'll see kind of how that goes. But yeah, it was really, last evening's hike was really awesome along that ridge line. Just beautiful views in every direction. Today, I've got Webster Cliffs that I'll go across the top of. Supposed to be some good views from there. So we'll see how this all looks. But thanks for staying along on the ride, and we'll see you a little bit further on down the trail. Well, I guess I got a lot of downhill to do, because in a couple miles I'm going to need to be down on that road down there. Well, made it down to the bottom. Highway's only about 100 yards away. Got a nice little bridge here over the Saco River. So good stuff. Man, I had to take an extra break on the way down. Those downhills, they kill my knees. So stopped and took a break. Try to get stretch out a little bit more, see if I can make it feel a little bit better. Good news is, for the second half of the day, I've just got one climb, and it's mostly flat all the way to the Zealand Falls hut that I'm going to. Might even see if I can get a worker stay there. All that food was pretty nice, so we'll see how far I get, I suppose. But I'm ready to cross that highway and get started with the second half of the day. We'll see a little bit further on down the trail. Would you look at this flat trail, this flat, well-groomed trail. This is freaking awesome. Especially after coming off of Webster Cliffs this morning, which was kind of like a rock climb on the way down, really slow, very tedious. To have a trail like this to walk on is awesome. I'm just about to Thoreau Falls. I'm going to go check that out. It's a little side trail. And then on to the Zealand hut, which is a few more miles past that. So look at that trail, so flat. Awesome. Hanging out here at Thoreau Falls. I'm a fan of old Henry David Thoreau, so it's pretty cool to see some falls named after him. Got me thinking about all the cool people that I've met so far, and whether it's the head of a math department at a small college that was hiking with his dad. They were having a good time, stayed with them at a shelter one time, or the physicist that gave me a ride into town. I mean, there's some cool folks out here on the trail, young, old, educated, not so much. And all of them have something to contribute. It's, you can't tell, especially out here after a couple of days, you really can't tell who's who. And that's the cool part about the trail. Most judgments are thrown off to the side, and we've all just got this common goal of being a hiker on the Appalachian Trail. So lots of cool people out on the trail. It's kind of one of the highlights for me, is getting to meet all these cool people. So yeah, just thought I'd throw that in here, and I guess I'll make my way on to the next hut. So we'll see a little bit further on down the trail. Unbelievable. Just a nice flat walk. Wide open views. This is great. So, leaving the Zealand Falls hut this morning. Awesome, they let me do a work for stay. Had some pulled pork and some stuffed shells and some salad. Some kind of pie that was awesome. So yeah, these work for stays aren't too shabby. Plus, I got to do my work in the evening, which means I could still leave early in the morning. They just had me clean up the stove, which is fine. So, about 6 o'clock and I'm on the road. Already seeing beautiful things like this waterfall. So, good stuff. But on the road today, got a little bit of elevation today. With the early start, I still might try to make it about 17 miles to a Liberty campsite, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. We got a couple other options along the way. But lots of fun hiking to do today, so we'll see a little bit further on down the trail. Alright, beginning of day 38, and up here on top of Mount Garfield. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I can see exactly where I'm going to go. So you got Mount Lafayette, and I'm just going to follow that ridge line all day. So, yeah, I got to go down and then get back up to Lafayette. And trying to get to town today. It's about 10 miles, so really, all in all, it's not too bad. We've got kind of the remains of an old fire tower here. We've been taking most of those down at this point. But yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy views all the way around here. But stayed at the Garfield campsite last night, and man, it was full up. There's about 12 people in the shelter and another handful of folks out in the tent sites. So I think the northbound bubble is coming. I'm going to be running into those kind of issues with full shelters and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Should be an interesting day. We'll see you a little bit further on down the trail. This is a popular route, and it's a Saturday, so there are lots of people all up and down that ridge. All right, beginning of day 39, leaving North Woodstock. Had a quick resupply and a stay at the Notch Hostel. Hoping to get up over the Kinsmans today before the weather comes in. It's supposed to be some rain coming in later this afternoon. I don't really want to be high up on a mountaintop for that, but when you're on a 2,000 mile trail, you're going to have to cross some highways. As a matter of fact, that road right over there is I-93. So coming under that and getting back into the woods. So again, awesome day out on the trail. A little warm today, but hopefully I can get back up in those mountains and it'll cool off a little bit. So we'll see a little bit further on down the trail. Alright, well, I made it over North Kinsman, and it's not raining yet, but I've got South Kinsman to go still, so I'm trying to hustle. I see the clouds building a little bit, but I think we're going to be alright. We'll see. Made it up South Peak also, so now I just got to get downhill. Clouds are definitely building, but hasn't started raining yet, so maybe I can make it down before it gets too slippery. Or maybe it just won't rain at all. That'd be cool too. Here we go, Appalachian Trail over the Kinsman. I've only got Mount Moosilauke left in the White Mountains, and then supposedly life gets a lot flatter, so we'll see. We'll see if that's the truth, and we'll keep moving. Step by step, heading southward. Slow and steady, right? So we'll see a little bit further on down the trail. So many of these waterfalls today is reminding me of the Ozarks. Beautiful. You know, as much as I like those big vistas from the top of mountains, sometimes it's just these little walks along this stream that's made about 20 different waterfalls. Really gets my attention. These things are pretty awesome. Sometimes it's the little details that really make it feel special. So, I mean, all these pretty little waterfalls, the crystal clear, cold mountain water, pretty awesome stuff. So, almost to camp, about a half mile to go, and then I'll set up. So, we'll see a little bit further on down the trail.